Okay, this is question number 3 in the section on that you weren't allowed to use a calculator on the graphing quadratic functions test, and this was an inequality. So this goes with section 4-9, and you'll notice that this is written looks like intercept form. So right away know the x-intercepts. X equals 2 and x equals 4, or as the notes were saying, we can call this P and this is Q. Okay, I'm just making sure I wrote it down right. So this is P and this is Q. So I right away know this is 2, 0 and 4, 0. Okay, so I'm going to graph those 2 zeros right here, 4 zeros right here. So if I want the axis of symmetry, then that's going to be x is the average of those two numbers. Whoops. And that's going to be 3. So x equals 3 is your axis of symmetry. It's also the x of your vertex. So 3. So I know I got my axis of symmetry is right down here. I don't have to draw this in according to the problem, but there's my axis of symmetry there. And I'm going to figure out what that value, what the vertex value was. So I'm going to plug it in to right there. So I'm going to pretend it's an equal sign, and I'm going to go 4 times 3 minus 2 times 3 minus 4. And it turns out this is -1, this is 1, so I get -4. So there's my vertex, 3, -4. And that's over down here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my vertex. So I have this going on like this. And then I needed to go up. I don't know if I left enough room to go up. Whoops. Don't know if I left enough room to go up. But I'm going to try putting in the number 1 here. So I'm going to put in x is 1. What do I get for y? So I get 4, 1 minus 2 times 1 minus 3. Sorry, 1 minus 4. And I get -1, -4. Sorry, -3. And I get a 4 there, and that's -12. Sorry, +12. So I got to graph 1, 12, and that's over here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm off the screen, so I'm going to have to undo some things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count by 2's on the y-axis. So y-axis, this is going to be, whoops. It's going to be -2. It's going to be 2, 4. So there's 6, 8, 10. There's 10 there. So 12 is right here. Now I can fit it in. So now when I do -3 or 3, -4, I'm actually going here. Sorry. I'm actually going right there. There's the vertex. Okay? And then I got to go to 1, 12. So over 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, and then it turns out I'm going to go over here. That's going to be over there. That's going to be 3, 4, 5, 12, because they're both those points are on. They're 2 away from the axis of symmetry. So now I've got this here. The only thing I have to be careful of is I've got this inequality sign right here. So it's an equal sign, so I'm definitely going to make it solid. So let's do that in a different color. I'm going to make it solid. Okay, so there it is there. And then I have to shade it. And the shading, it says less than. So all the y's are smaller than it. So I'm going to go shading on the outside here up to the red line, or the red parabola. That's my shading right there. And you can go nuts with it, but there's my shading. Looks kind of messy, but gets the job done. So we're done that one. So in this problem, this is number 4 on the non-calculator part. Okay, and this was section 49410. And I'm going to do these two equations here. Now, we're going to do them two separately, but the first thing is I need to get them graphed somehow. And so for this one here, I've got some options. One of the options is to get the vertex. I know it's going to open down. This one here is going to open down. This one here is going to open up. This one's down and up. So that helps us out here. And then all I'm going to do is going to maybe find some zeros, or maybe if that doesn't work, maybe I'll just plug and chug some numbers here. So let's go to it here. So let's do this one right here. First of all, I know the y-intercept is 0, 4. And I know that because of this number here. So I'm going to go to 0, 4. And it's right there. Okay, I need the vertex. So the vertex is negative b over 2a. And b is 2, and a is negative 1, comma 4 minus b squared is 2 squared over 4 times negative 1. So I need to figure out that vertex. Well, this turns out to be 1. Okay, and this part here turns out to be 4 minus 4 on top, negative 4 on bottom, negative 1. So the vertex is 1, 5. So I'm going over 1, up 4, up 5. There's my vertex. So that makes life easier. It's right there. And then it turns out, since I've gone already right 1 and down 1, if I go, sorry, that was left 1 and down. If I go right 1 and down 1, I can get a new point right there. And that's comparable to 0, 4. That's the mirror of 0, 4, which is 2, 4. So I've already got 3 points pretty quickly. The only thing I got to do is pick another point and plug it in. So let's just try picking 2 points away. So if I go 2 points away, I'm supposed to go, normally I go left 2, and then up 4. But in this case, change the color there. In this case, since there's the negative sign, it's got to open down. I'm going to go right 2, down 4. So I'm doing this a different way than just plugging and chugging. You're welcome to put the number negative 1 in and figure it out. I'm going to go, whoops, I'm going to go right 2, down 4. Okay, and that gets me to this right here. Okay, and I can go the other way, right, that was left 2, down 4. I can go right 2, down 4 as well, because it's mirror image. And I've got this one here. So I've got mine here. I noticed here, I'm going to change this to, I noticed that this was less than or equal to, so it's solid and all the y's are smaller than the parabola. So in green, this parabola looks like this. And if you go to shade it, so I'm going to go, I'm going to make it, okay. Okay, so I've got this shading here. I'm going to shade it in green, and it's down here like this. Okay, so everything down there, and including the line, is the shading. Okay, so we got that going on there. So that was so the green one was this one right here. Okay, now I need to work on this one right here. Okay, so let's work on this one right here. I'll do most of it in red. How's that? So we can keep it distinct in there. And I need to get the, I noticed that the y-intercept is -5. So that's 0, -5. Okay? So I'm going to find 0 and go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know that's one of my points. Okay? So I need to get the vertex, and we know that A is 2, B is -4, C is -5. So I'm going to try the same thing. V negative of B over 2 times A. The negative of B is negative of -4 over 2 times 2, comma, C, which is -5, which is -5, and I'm going to go minus B squared, which is -4 squared, over 4 times A, which is 2. So you just figure all that. That gives me, this is plus 4 divided by 4 is 1. This is -5 minus 16 over 8, which is 2. So that's -7 there. That's the vertex. So I'm going to go to +1. I'm going to go down 7. Well, this is 5. This must be 7 here. Oh, there's my other axis of symmetry. And so since I'm at 0, 5, its mirror is going to be right here. And that coordinate is 2, -5. So I quickly got some there. Now we need to get some other points here. Nice point to maybe get is try -1. Let's put -1 in there. So let's just pretend it's equal to right now. Y equals 2 times -1 squared minus 4 times -1 minus 5. And when you do that, you get, this is 1 times 2 is 2 plus 4 minus 5. Minus 5. So that gives you 1. So we've got this coordinate here. Remember, we put a -1 in here. We got the coordinate -1, comma 1. Oh, that's already right here. Oh, that's where it crosses the green graph right there. And that's 2 away on this side. So I'm going to go 2 away on this side. Oh, and I crossed there. Turns out they cross some pretty nice coordinates. I wonder if that's luck or not. Okay, and we knew it was solid because it's got the equal sign, and it's got all the y's are bigger, so I need to shade this way. So I'm going to get my spray paint out, change the color, and let's change it to red. Okay, so I'm going to shade it in here. And where the red and the green overlap, that's your answer. So what's red and green? Well, let's make that a purple. The purple is the real overlap. Didn't change. Thought I selected purple. Everything between those two is your answer. Okay, so there's 3 and 4 as well.